I think I had a little more food count, so these are just bad rally units. He obviously had a lot more Vikings, so I couldn't do anything about that. But like I said, you cannot break a contain like this. You can't. There's nothing you can do about it. So one thing I had to do was I basically had to just go in on him. Like I said, this wasn't a good decision by me, but I got him to reduce his army rate, obviously, and I already knew he was struggling back here. He was still on one base, so I'm going to go ahead and even it up here by sending everything over here. He landed these Vikings, and I kind of hurt him a little more too. But then again, I got to kill up a lot of the siege tanks, which were pretty good. But you know, this time he's just kind of moving everything in on me. But at least I broke the contain a little bit. So, you know, like I said, this is a kind of build you really wouldn't want to get off me because this was like one of those critical moments where there's something I could do. So I kind of had to micro a little bit better here, stem, make sure siege tanks were a little further away so my units could have a little more breathing room. I think these were upgraded units too. I had 1-1 bio, he had no upgrade whatsoever. I'm going to go back to his base. I'm just going to pause it here. I need to explain this to you guys. Okay, you already have complete map control as the Blue Terran player. He knows I can't do anything at this point. There's nothing I can do. I'm not mining anything over here except for a mule. I think I laid down a couple more mules later on, but there's nothing I can do at this point. I'm basically just going to have to keep building up and just go in on this at some point. One thing that he did that he really messed himself up with was he spent 550 minerals on this right here. There is no reason why you should get a command center, a third command center, I mean, when this right here is not even saturated. There's no reason, because for one, you're spending more money on this. You could have spent 550 minerals on getting your economy up, building more barracks or factories, getting upgrades. He didn't do any of that. That was his biggest problem. That's like one of his long-term, that's like a long-term thing that got him in the end. Whereas, I mean, I have nothing. I've even got more, no, he's got more workers than I do. He's got a lot more of everything. So that's basically that. So I'm going to play it here. I'm just going to show you guys what happens when your macro is really, really bad. I think the only reason I won at this point was because I played a little bit smarter. I had upgraded units. Marauders were really, really good against siege tanks, obviously. So I was able to break this one, but at the cost of all of my workers. I had 23 workers before I engaged. I only have 5 workers, and most of them were on the gas at the time. So right now I am in a critical position. Like, you know, there's nothing you can do at this point. I still had this. One thing that the Terran player did not do was kill this off, and that's something that he should have done a long time ago. But then again, it would have gotten me to build up more and, you know, in here and probably just steamroll him because of my upgraded Marauder Marine army. So, but anyway, I think he would have been better off killing this anyway, so he could keep me on one base. One thing you can do as a Terran player is obviously you can call down mules and have this whole base, you know, completely going here with all the mules. So I was pretty good with that. He kind of laid off the aggression a little while. Went ahead and went for the stir right here. He did a worker transfer, obviously, because, you know, but like I said, still, he should have had this base saturated a while ago. He's got 1 worker there. He's got no workers right here on this refinery. He needs to get up more buildings. Look at his mineral rate. At least to get more barracks. I mean, if you're low on your gas and you have that many minerals, there's nothing you can do at this point except just build more. Build more mineral-friendly buildings, like barracks. Get up on your defense a little bit. Spend money on getting your refineries. You know, you need to do all of this stuff right here. You could have definitely macroed up a lot better. So anyway, I just missed something. Sorry, 1 second, guys. I think I missed it. I'm just gonna speed up a little bit. Yeah, I'll show you guys right now. So at this point, you know, I've went ahead and masked up a little more. Was able to move this stuff out. This was a pretty good engagement right here because for one, I caught him off guard here, obviously, and these Vikings got obliterated as well. So I think I lost one worker or one unit out of all that. So that right there, that little battle, kind of turned the tide of this game. If you think about it, because at that point, because I was able to kill that, like without him, being unaware that he was that I was engaging his army, I just killed off at least 3-4 siege tanks and like 4 Vikings, as well as a few Marines, I believe. So that was a whole army that probably could have just sieged up over here and kept me more contained. I just killed that no problem. He was kind of caught off guard with that too. He's got siege tanks here spread very, very widely, and he's got no defense here. My army at this point is very mobile. I have upgraded units with stim. I'm even getting out. I'm going to be getting out a couple medevacs in the future, I believe. But I went ahead and continued with Banshees. I had the cloak research. So right now at this point, I'm the one that's going to be doing a lot more aggression than he is. Because I was able to break that contain, I was able to kind of lose his control of the map. And the fact that he got this third base up here, he's got nothing working on it. He's got no workers over here. He's only on one base. I mean, I'm on one base as well, and I'm still getting my economy back up. But right now, my mobility is a lot better than his. And that's mainly what you want to do when you're playing a TvT is you want to be better when it comes to, being mobile and stuff. And stuff like this can happen. I can just have one Banshee can take out everything. He's got no Marines. I think he's got no Vikings. He's got really no army at this point. He's got 2 Vikings and 1 siege tank. He went ahead and he had to move these Vikings back. That's the thing is, I have all over the place. Once again, he wasted all that money on this command center and he used it for like 30 seconds, I believe. So, I mean, at this point, I'm kind of ahead of him. I have obviously a lot more than him now. I have a little bit better map control than I used to. I got him to lift off over here, so he's still on one base. I think in the end that one thing that bit him was just his macro. His macro was just way, way off. Like, at this point, the only thing he can do is just set up camp over here. Right here. So I noticed this, obviously. So that, I kind of see what he's doing here. I think I even laid down a scan or something. But I kind of see what he's doing here. He's basically setting up. So that's actually a really good thing for me. Yeah, there's the scan. I see all of this, right? I even see this. He lands his command center here randomly, and I take advantage of that too. So, I don't know why he did that. I think he just wanted to keep him up on there. Failed to kill it though, unfortunately. But anyway, he's got everything over here, right? So he's got nothing over here. Like, this is just stuff that he really, really, really wasn't good at, maintaining or keeping track of. So one thing that I did was keep missing those. I move our army over here, and I go ahead and I have 2 dropships en route to his main base, and so I completely avoid this. There's no reason for me to go in here because my army, even though they're upgraded in units, they'll get obliterated by this siege line. I mean, well, not